Donna. Thank you. Thanks, Lee. Hi everyone, how are you going? We're going to get started now. Welcome and thank you very much for jumping on our call tonight, and a big shout out to all the teenagers and their parents for giving us some time to have a chat to you tonight, so we really appreciate it. So my name is Donna and I've been with the Juice Plus company now for about 18 months. This is my daughter Destiny, and I'm a single mum with 3 fantastic daughters who are aged 10, 13 and 15, not quite 16. And as well as doing my Juice Plus business, I'm also a teacher's aide. So I have a fair bit of experience with children. And for myself, we're getting some great results from this, from our Juice Plus. So we're just here to share a little bit about that tonight with you. What we're going to do is we're going to be sharing some really encouraging stories tonight around some of the challenges that you guys face as teenagers in high school, and hearing from some teens themselves and their parents about some great things that have been happening for them. So there's also a business side to this company, and we'll touch on that for a little bit because it's a great way actually to make a little bit of an extra income, especially if you're studying. We all know that students are poor and not only financially poor but time poor, so this is a great way to make a little bit of extra cash. Once you're over 18, you can join the business. For me personally, it was a massive relief to know that there was a bit of a business side of things, because I could also not only get my products cheaper, but it gave me that extra income stream, and that was a massive relief to me to be able to give, be able to provide for the girls and give them all the things that I really wanted to do, and take the pressure off me, because I'm the only income earner in the family. So that was really good. This is an express call, so don't worry, we're not going to take up too much of your time. I know that your kids have all got, every teacher's handing them an assignment each day, and you've got exams coming up. So we'll keep it quick and share some stories, and then you can get that kind of texting your friends on Facebook and studying actually. So studying, I'm sure, is what you need to do. So, I know that at school I have a bit of a faint memory of what it was like to be at high school, and I'm right in amongst it with these guys. So, I know that there's so many things going on. There's so many opportunities, new experiences, different friends coming and going, and it can be hello, and it can be a real a whirlpool of activity and excitement. So hello, people waving there in the background. There's so many awesome things that can come your way, but as well as all those fun stuff, I know that there's an overwhelming pressure for you guys to keep up with all your study, your assignments, your sport, your jobs, all those sort of things, and it can be very overwhelming. It's hard to get enough time to get enough food into you to keep the hunger away. Destiny tells me she can't eat enough she's always hungry. And your hormones kick in, your moods are all over the place, you're always tired. Doesn't seem to matter how long you're sleeping for, you can never seem to get on top of your tiredness. And then sometimes when all these things are piling up and you're really stressed, that's when you seem to get sick. Just when you need to be on your game for an exam, an assignment, something like that. And even worse, just when you need to be looking your best, you'll wake up and there'll be a massive zit in the middle of your head or something like that. So there's lots of stuff going on with you guys, and I just wanted to acknowledge that I understand that there's a lot of pressure in teams these days. And the even darker side of things is, I don't know if you guys know of other people that, they're the basic stuff, but sometimes, your feelings can get to a darker side and take over, and, life can be looking really bleak and unlivable for some people. So if you don't know that feeling yourself, you may know of someone else who's feeling that way. So prepping food or eating well is probably the last of your priorities. I know you just don't have enough energy to even, get through the door and flop on your bed. So preparing yourself a nice healthy meal is not really at the top of your priority list. I get it. You just grab anything to get a fix. So for me, when I started with this, I knew that I was tired all the time. As a single mum, working, running the kids around, running the house, and I started to believe that feeling tired and lethargic was normal, and that this is what I would have to put up with. But I didn't really believe that, but I wasn't sure how I could go and get around it. So thank goodness Candy came along and showed me a better way, and it's just been amazing. This has been a real catalyst for me to get a lot more energy, and now I feel like a teenager You'll have more energy than I have ever had. And it's just nice to know that we don't have to accept lethargy as a way of life. And the good thing is that it can take the edge off all those problems I just mentioned for teens, and it's legal, and it's affordable. And your parents will probably be approving of it, so that's a good thing. You're ticking all the boxes. But just to share a little bit about the actual product, I'm going to flick over to Sarah, and she's going to give us a brief rundown on our product. Thanks, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi everyone, my name's Sarah Bain, and I've been taking the product Juice Plus for the last 18 months now. By making that shift with my nutrition, I'm now pain-free with my back, which is something I broke 5 years ago. My acne and my eczema has cleared up, and my kids aren't getting those snotty little noses anymore. So how many of you guys know and understood from a really young age that fruits and vegetables were good for you? And how many of you guys are so sick of hearing what's good for you now and then next week hearing something else? What I'm going to share with you guys tonight is whole food nutrition. So basically going back to those basics. How many of you know of someone that's suffering, say, cancer or diabetes or digestive issues like mental health, fertility issues? You know, I know a lot of teenagers suffering skin conditions like acne, eczema, psoriasis. We've never been in a time where we're more sicker and undernourished, we're stressed out, tired than we are today. And the truth is we have so many different fast food outlets at our convenience on every single corner. So the truth is, guys, our bodies are malnourished. So we are overfed, but we're undernourished. And it's up to us to take charge and get back on track with our health. And that's what I love about these products that I'm about to share with you, is it's an easy, convenient form that the kids can do it, the parents can do it. It's easy for everyone. So raise your hand if you can honestly say that every day you get between 3 to 5 servings of fruit, veggies into your body every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Definitely pretty much impossible because we're so time poor, right? So is there a struggle to get a wide variety of whole food into our body every day? Yes. And this is what I found to be true as well. And that's why I aligned myself with a company called Juice Plus. So I knew what I was eating every day and I knew what I should be eating. And what Juice Plus does is it bridges that gap. So Juice Plus, we've got our berries, our vegetables, and our fruit. So what it is, it's 30 different varieties of whole food nutrition, right? So it's real fruits, veggies, and berries that have been vine ripened. They've been picked at their peak because that's when it holds its most nutritional value. It then all gets mixed up together and juiced. So we chuck everything in. So take an apple, for example, we chuck in the skins, the seed, the core, absolutely all of it. And then we dehydrate it at a really low temperature where the water and sugar gets extracted. And then it simply just goes, gets put into a powder form and gets locked into a vegan capsule. So would you agree that to be healthy, you need to bridge that gap? And that's what I found as well. So 80% of our physical state actually comes from what we eat. So if you eat well, you feel well. And if you eat crap, you got to feel really crappy. And I get it. As busy mums, we live in a busy world and we sometimes just need these easy, convenient tools to be able to bridge those gaps for us. This is a tool that I found that's got 25 years worth of study. We've got 40 years proving that it does amazing things to the body. And even our medical journals are proving that it gets into our bloodstream within 3 to 5 minutes. And that's because our body's actually recognizing it as food. So Juice Plus is actually one of the most researched nutritional products in the world. We're not a vitamin, so you can't buy Juice Plus at a chemist, okay, because it's a whole food. So a vitamin is basically it's synthetic, so your body doesn't know what to do with it, and that's why we get that fluoro disco wee. What I love about Juice Plus is it is that whole food. So like I said, it gets into your bloodstream within 3 to 5 minutes. So we are actually known as the company with the heart. And that's because when you jump on our capsules, you get the children's health gummies, right, for free between the ages of 4 and 18. So they get to, you can sponsor a child for free for up to 4 years. And that goes under our children's health study, which is worldwide. So we've got over a million children in that health study at the moment. And things that we're noticing is things like you know, better sleep, less sick days, helping kids, you know, with those fussy eaters, changing their food palette. Because when you put good quality nutrition into your body, that's the level of nutrition that you start to crave. So that's our micronutrients. We also have our macronutrients. Now we bridge that gap with these whole food plant-based shakes. So these are got 40 different plants in them. They've got carbohydrates, proteins, fibers, everything that your body needs to function, along with, you know, alkalining your body to assist with that inflammation that's going on throughout your body as well. So our shakes have a mineral in them called niacin, which is a natural mood booster. So it's really good for, you know, in the afternoon after school. You know, your teenagers can have that as an afternoon snack, or, you know, if they're staying up late one night studying, you know, as a little pick-me-up snack to keep going. They're just a really, really good, easy, convenient snack. And what I love about Juice Plus is it's safe for the whole family. So it's safe for pregnant women, it's safe for breastfeeding mums, it's safe for kids. We don't have warning labels on it. And, you know, why bridge two gaps? Because you don't want to feel half good, you want to feel great. And that's what I love about, you know, by having this, to have more plants into my body every day, I'm helping prevent, you know, sickness, illness, and disease. And I think that's something that, you know, we can all do that's really simple and easy. So, yeah, that's a little bit about the product.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sarah. You know, I love that about the product, that it's just really so simple, and it's just basically whole foods. And the fact that our kids can eat for free is, you know, it makes a massive difference. It makes it really easy to make it a good choice to join up. You know, there's so much scientific research around the product that we can show to you, and it's backed, you know, it's all backed by studies and things like that, which is excellent. But for me, it's really the stories that make everything come to life. And so I'm going to share with you. I'm going to flick over now to Lara and Mel over there. And Chloe, can you guys take yourselves off mute for a sec? Welcome, guys. So we've got 14-year-old Lara here. Lara, can you just tell us a little bit, darling, about how long you've been on the products and what sort of things you're noticing, sweetie?
I've been on it for 2 years now, and what the benefits it's done for me is, like, it's changed my mood swings from, like, bad to good, and it's so good now. And I used to get headaches a lot, but now I don't have any. And, like, every time that I do my workouts, I used to get really sore after days, but now I'm not even sore after a day, which is really good for me. And I hardly get sick, and I just get, like, sorry, yeah,
Great.
Snuff, like, my nose only gets stuffed up and everything, that's all.
Yep.
And I used to get massive pimples on my face and everywhere, but now maybe one or two, like, a month or something. And yes, I'm not very fatigued anymore or tired as I used to, which is pretty good.
You find it easier to concentrate at school since you're not as tired and moody?
Yeah. Like, every time I don't take it in the morning when I go to school, I'm just like, oh, I forgot to take my Juice Plus. So I'm really like, trying to concentrate. It's hard, but yeah, when I take it, it's easier to concentrate.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Lara, for being brave enough to speak in front of all these people. Good on you, darling. You know, and I know Lara touched briefly on you know, skin and breakouts and stuff, and that can be a massive issue, and it can really knock your confidence when you're for anyone at any age, but you know, particularly as a teenager, it can really knock your confidence around if you're finding that you're struggling with that. So I know Fee's got a great story. Fee, can you tell us about your son Tom and what he was struggling with and what you guys found worked?
Yeah, I'd love to. Juice Plus came into our life when Tom was 14, and that was right at the peak of when he was really suffering badly from acne. And he was actually a Roaccutane candidate. They wanted him to go on Roaccutane, and I really just wasn't comfortable with doing that at such a young age. And so we went away, and Juice Plus has been sitting on my table for quite some time, and I just remember Linda telling me about the research about it, and I thought, well, do you know what? If it's going to help Tom, I'll just give it a go, because I personally at the time didn't think it was going to do much for me, but it was really for Tom. And he actually went on the fruit, veg and the berries at the time, and literally within 3 months his skin really, really cleaned up. And I took him back to the skin specialist with my Juice Plus brochure, my Juice Plus capsules, and she actually said to me, oh, you know, did you get your Accutane script filled? And then she looked at the file, she goes, I didn't give you one. Where did you get it from? And I said, we didn't use it, we used this, and told her about Juice Plus, but of course she's into pharmaceuticals, so that fell on deaf ears. But yeah, so for Tom it really was about the improvement in his skin, and at the time he was an aspiring actor. He, you know, he stopped getting call-ups for work, and, you know, just to see the change in his confidence grow when his skin improved and things got back to normal for him, and he could get back to acting the way, you know, he wanted to on the stage, and just had that confidence step up. And the other thing I will say about Tom is, you know, that was grade 9 for him. He'll be 21 next week, so it's been a 7-year journey for him on Juice Plus. But apart from his skin, Tom doesn't get sick. He literally went through grade 9 to 12 begging me for mental health days, because all the kids are sick and I never get sick. Can't I just stay home? And the same can be said for Jude, who's now 13, also been on Juice Plus since he was a small kid. So definitely the immune boost, being able to avoid all those nasties at school, and the skin. So yeah, that's my kids on Juice Plus.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Fee. Destiny's shy, she doesn't want to talk, but it's sort of the same thing that, you know, my kids don't really seem to have too many sick days. If we're going to get sick, we get a little bit of a tickle in the throat, we have a day off to rest, when, you know, but it's really quite well. With all the people that have been off sick and really, really down and out for a week or two, you know, it just doesn't seem to touch us like that. You know, I'm amongst snotty noses constantly all day in prep, and you know, we're just avoiding it, which is fantastic. Now we've got someone very special on to talk to us now. It's Amanda. Amanda has a really, really touching, very personal and life-changing story, and so I'm just going to let her speak for herself and tell us something that she would like to share with us all. Thanks, Amanda.
No worries, you're welcome. Well, good evening, everyone. How are you all? I'm a mother of 2 teenage kids. One's 13 and one's almost 16. My son, 13, Declan, he's diagnosed with autism. He's also ADHD. They've both been on Juice Plus now for 13 months. Prior to that, his behaviour was not aggressive, but very argumentative. His concentration was quite low. Yeah, sometimes just wasn't pleasant to be around. His schooling was okay. He didn't really function really mentally all that well in his classes because of basically his brain processing it very slowly, and he was getting quite frustrated with everything. His diet was also very limited because of sensory issues. So there's no fruits, veggies, no nothing. Basically pastas and breads, pretty much, yeah, what I could actually give to him that he would eat, limited meats. So I had my girlfriend, Kel, reached out to me about 13 months ago, and she had been on it for 6 months prior, told me all the benefits that her family had been getting out of it. So I put him onto it, and it's just a life-changing story for him. It does get a bit emotional because don't get much help out there off of people. He was on it for a month, and I received an email from his A teacher saying that the past 2 weeks his behaviour had been such an improvement, and he was working independently. He was more social. He was interacting lovely. His behaviour was just really, yeah, just a different little boy. And I thought, wow, it's just like 2 weeks, and they never even knew that I had actually introduced whole food nutrition into his diet. So now, knowing as a mum of what benefits he's getting out of it, he's getting fruits, he's getting vegetables, and he's getting an array of berries. And considering he's autistic, and knowing of how the power of nutrition also helps the function of his brain, and learning about how it actually does help him. He's just a changed little boy. He's functioning so much better. He went for a 6-month meeting with his Year 8 teacher about a week ago, and the report from them, how much he has improved over 6 months. His social interaction, he's talking a lot more, he's expressive, working independently. He's just blossoming, and I just cannot wait for his future. There'll never be a day that he'll ever go without Juice Plus, and I thank Juice Plus so very much, and for it being part of our life. And pretty much that's his little story. And and now my 15-year-old daughter, excuse me, I do get very emotional over this. 3 or 4 years, she struggled with depression and anxiety, and basically destroyed her life. She became very antisocial. She had social phobias. Her grades went down, so lack of interest in life. It was just a really horrible time in her life. And we went to the family doctor. He sent us to get counselling for her, and it didn't do anything for her. Went back for an assessment. They sent us to a psychologist. They didn't help her either. And pretty much it was getting to a stage of you just don't know what to do anymore. She tried to OD twice, and that was horrific to go through that. And she also self-harmed through that time. And since Juice Plus has been in her life the last 13 months, it's been basically a ray of sunshine in her life. If you would see her today, totally different girl. Her grades are picked up. She's so socially interactive. She's looking for the future. She plays, she represents her school in soccer. She's also going for the soccer captain. Her attitude to life is so positive. She's just loving life, and she's just such a beautiful, beautiful girl. And I am so glad, and I'm so blessed that I've got my children on Juice Plus and what it has done for both of them. And yeah, that's pretty much our story. So I thank you very much for taking the time out to listening to them.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for being brave enough to have the courage to share that with us. It's not easy to talk about things that are so raw for you, and I'm just so happy to hear that things are going so well for you. I know as a mum you just want the absolute best for your kids, and it's you want to empower them and protect them, and it's utterly heartbreaking when you see them suffering. So I think there's a few little guys out there, so really, really thrilled for you for your results. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, now I have to focus. Thanks, Amanda. There is also a business side to the company, like I said, and it's so simple because as women and teenagers, people, we naturally do share things that we like with our friends or whatever. It might be the best hairdresser to go to, or a nice restaurant or coffee shop or whatever. They don't pay us a commission. Whereas with this business, it's so simple. All we do is we use the products, we tell others about it, share our story, and we recommend it. And for that, we get paid 3 different ways. We can get retail profit on our products, commissions, and bonuses. It's a teach business. So, we get to help other people, and we get paid to do so. And it's really as simple as that. All we do is really just share with the people that we love and we care about. And tap them into a system that's already in place. It's as easy as that. For me, I joined the business on the same day that I ordered the products because I really just wanted to get my products a bit cheaper. And it wasn't very long before I was not only covering the cost of my products, but I also was receiving an extra income stream. And I used to look at my budget each fortnight, and I would be at the computer in tears. I remember calling Candy in tears going, I don't know how I'm going to make everything stretch this month. And, you know, again, as a mum, you just want to be able to say yes to your kids for things, not to spoil them, but, you know, I didn't want to have to say no to my kids because I couldn't afford it. If I say no, it's because it's a choice. And I've really got that choice back again now. So, you know, there's these guys are expensive, as you know, there's constant money going out. We're hemorrhaging money all the time. Gymnastics, dance troupe, you know, excursions and camps and, you know, parties and birthdays and, you know, then there's boring things like the registration or even just something so simple as taking the girls out for ice cream on the weekend. You know, I used to have to really think twice about that, and it's awful to have to say no. But, you know, now I have that extra income and I feel like I can breathe again because I don't have to worry about where all that is coming from. And I know you guys are sort of, a lot of you on the call, that the kids are, you know, at the upper end of high school and heading off to uni. And, you know, this is a really good way after you hit 18 to be able to earn some extra income on your own merits around your school, you know, around your studies and stuff like that. So, yeah, so that's pretty much all I really wanted to share with you tonight, guys. It's all so simple. So basically, in conclusion, I hope that made sense to you. If there's anyone you know that you think could do some extra fruit and veg in their diet, it's just about everybody. You know, I would really recommend to try taking Juice Plus because I genuinely believe that it can help take your health to the next level. And if you would like to know more about how you could get your products cheaper, or you might be interested in creating an extra income stream for yourself around what you currently do, then I'd encourage you to get back in touch with the person who invited you onto this call and make sure that you get all your questions answered. We're happy to help you with whatever it is that you need. Okay. So thank you all so very much for holding on and giving us your time. I think we made it in just about 30 minutes. So have a great night, and we'll speak to you again soon. Thank you, guys.